Good morning, wherever you are. It's afternoon here.
Hey, Kevin, how are you, man?
First of all, see this?
What is that?
This is called the Little Red Book.
Yeah.
Okay. Military service. Okay, just to prove that I'm ex-military, 10 years, regular army certificate of service. I watched your David Hawkins video.
Yeah.
He's conning you.
He's conning me?
Yes. First of all, when you brought up about Robin Grits,
Yeah.
he didn't offer you any explanation. He just cut it by saying she's wrong. That's it. Yeah.
Well,
Then when you took to the pattern, yeah, his pattern on AIs, you couldn't find it. He says, "Oh no, let's go to kinetic." So it's diversion.
well, I did find it. It was. I clicked on a thing that eventually brought it up. I was a little bit. Yeah, I didn't agree with what he said that AI hasn't advanced at all. And sorry, continue.
Right. So anyway, so I've just shown you 3 screenshots. Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent you 3. Right. Pull up.
Well, wait a minute. Help me understand what I'm looking at there, because I see
the original Wikipedia page is SES. Pull it up.
Yeah.
Now, does it say on there Christine Marcy?
Well, no, but it's Wikipedia.
Right.
I mean, they could.
Now look at George Webb's page off his site with all the other stuff covering over the Wikipedia bits and pieces. So it looks officially Wikipedia. The screenshot I pulled up for you off the video that George Webb made, that Field McConnell put up.
Right.
Now, what does it say on there?
Your screenshot. Hang on, let me. I gotta get that. It's a little.
And like I said, I've now located Christine Marcy's LinkedIn page.
So wait a minute. All right, this is the screen capture. I was just before I called you. I was watching this video on Abel.
People who've actually earned their way through government.
Do you see something wrong with that picture?
So hang on. So you're at 44 seconds on the video here.
Don't look at the time. Look at the writing. Look at the Wikipedia page. Now look at that page.
To sort of.
Okay. So it says Senior Executive Service in 1979 by Christine Marcy. That's on George's video that's reposted by Abel Danger. And then when you go to Wikipedia, it doesn't say anything about Christine Marcy. And
I proved to you the other day, the guy that was commissioned to create the Civil Service 1978 Act, commissioned, was Alan K. Scotty Campbell.
Alan K. Scotty Campbell. Wait, remind me how we know that?
Because I went digging into the 1978 Act, and that's how I found who was commissioned it.
So why are they making it up? Or why do you think they're making it up that it's Christine Marcy, and how did he change the Wikipedia page?
The Wikipedia page is a false page. That, you know what George is like? He creates a narrative. What does his brother do?
Lies about everything.
Right. Okay? So they put a false page up that when you go to Wikipedia, it doesn't say that at all.
Can't you edit Wikipedia somehow?
No. You've got to be logged in and you've got to have special what's the names or whatever.
I thought anybody can contribute to Wikipedia. How do we check when the last time it was edited is?
I don't know on that one.
So it says, from Wikipedia, the Senior Executive Service is a position or classification in the United States government, and here's the original video.
Come up with a secret police. I don't want to say secret police in terms of raiding and
public service for 30 years. When she joined ICE in 2013. So take 30 years away from 2000. That's 1983. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed? 30
Yeah.
years. So say 1980 she joined the public service. Right?
Right. Yeah.
The the SES was formed in 1979 after the 78 Commission. Robin Grits told you the truth. It's a pay grade to resemble the similarities to military structure. In other words, the higher up is equal to a general, etc., to talk to one another, because the military is very bizarre.
What's Field McConnell and David Hawkins' motivation to lie to me?
I have no idea, but look at the people they're bringing in, Jason.
Who are they bringing in?
AIM, George Webb.
No, they haven't brought George Webb, and I wasn't crazy about Field talking to Douglas Gabriel, but they explained that, he wants to talk to everybody.
George Webb, George Webb was talking to Douglas Gabriel. George Webb is there with Field McConnell. Field McConnell put this up.
Well, that's
true.
Look
at the screenshot. This is all disinformation, Jason.
So wait a minute.
Christine Marcy, as far as I can work out, is just a nobody. Not this great evil queen that's gone around doing it, because there's no evidence of her whatsoever.
Well, this thing that you sent me, Christine Marcy Board of Directors, it does say that she was part of the U.S. Marshal Service, which is, JPATS.
And how many people work in the U.S. Marshal Service, Jason?
It does say that, she's part of ICE, I guess, Immigration and Naturalization Service. But I mean, I don't know why. How do we? I have no reason to disbelieve that they would remove her name from it after that report. I mean, they don't want people to see it.
Like I told you, Alan K. Scotty Campbell was commissioned in 1978 to create the civil.
How do I spell that? Alan K. Scotty.
Alan, A-L-A-N, K. Campbell, C-A-M-P-B-E-L-L.
Public Affairs Institute.
He was the first director of he was the first director of OPM because he helped create it.
It looks like he died in 1998.
Yeah.
So where do you want me to look him up here?
Right, he was commissioned to create the Civil Service Act of 19... Just for Alan Campbell, Civil Service... Was it Civil Service?
Senior Executive Service?
No, don't Senior Executive.
Here, I see it here. He was the top personnel officer in the entire federal government and best known as the architect of the innovative Civil Service Reform Act of 1978.
Which was the act to replace the one of 1883. I think it was called the... begins with P Act. But this is what they were trying to do with Nixon and that. Nixon wanted to call it the Federal Executive Service.
I mean, this is all coming from Wikipedia. Couldn't anybody be editing this?
No, you don't have to go to Wikipedia. I got all that information from the government pages. When I looked up Jimmy Carter, I've got it somewhere. I'll have to forward it to you. I'll forward it to you. After this call, I'll send you the details of what I found. What's it say there? All right. GovTrack. www.
Yeah.
GovTrack. GovTrack. .us / Congress. CONGRES.
Yeah.
/ Bills, BILLS.
Right.
95.
Sorry, what?
95, I believe.
Yeah.
Let me just double make sure I've got the right thing. Yeah. 95.
Yeah.
S after slash. Yeah. S2640.
Civil Service Reform Act. Well, it says the Civil Service Reform Act of 1978 reformed the civil service of the United States federal government, partly in response to the Watergate scandal. The act abolish the U.S. Civil Service Commission and distribute its functions primarily among 3 new agencies: the Office of Professional Management, which Robin Gritz has spoken quite a lot about, the Merit Systems Protection Board, and the Federal Labor Relations Authority. And it says this summary is from Wikipedia.
Okay, opm.gov. www.
Yeah.
PM.
Yeah.
.gov.
Yeah.
/ about dash US /
Yeah.
our dash mission dash role
Our mission what?
dash role ROLE dash history / agency dash leadership / Alan ALAN dash Campbell /
Okay. I got him here. So, right, he's born in Nebraska. Phi Beta Kappa. David didn't have good things to say about Phi Beta Kappa. What am I looking for in here? Nominated by President Carter to be Civil Service Commissioner, April 5th, 1977.
That's it. He was the guy that was commissioned to do it. Okay, he died in 1998. Christine Marcy was probably, what, about 60 years old?
I don't know.
She was born in 49. 50. So she'd be about 63, 64, yeah?
Right.
So in 2013, that's what, 5 years ago. Let's have a look. 5 years off 2000 and off 64 is 59, yeah?
Yeah.
Then minus 30 years off 59 makes her 29.
Yeah.
When have you ever heard of a 29-year-old writing something as important as the Civil Service Reformation Act, Reform Act, sorry, that has to be voted through by Congress?
Well, I mean, I've called her phone.
Yes.
And haven't spoken to her. So okay, so you're saying Field and David are lying to me.
Misinformation. They want to control the narrative. I've noticed how they've been doing it. They've been going around, like for instance, they appeared with A. Yeah. They've appeared with George Webb's now suddenly talking about.
No, he hasn't appeared with George. I mean, he just posted that George video. It could be George manipulating Field. How do we know George didn't change this page?
That's what. Well, Field would have been able to point that out, but he didn't.
Maybe he didn't notice. Maybe he just saw George's video, thought it was Wikipedia, and put it up.
Listen, these people have been doing all this so-called intelligence gathering. Don't forget, they were the ones that turned around and said they had direct links to white hats in the White House. In their own videos, they say.
Yeah, I think he's kind of exaggerating. I think what he means is that they put those videos up and people there are watching them, which is very possible.
Serco, yes, I agree, is bad. Nicholas Soames, I can tell you about Nicholas Soames. He was the MP involved in the first Gulf War with all the nice chemicals we got pumped in.
You were there, weren't you? Iraq?
I was in the first Gulf War, non-deployed, given the injections.
So you were in Operation Desert Storm, Bush, HW.
That was the American name. The British name was Operation Granby.
But 1991 or 2 or whenever that was.
91.
Did you get chemicaled? Are you okay?
Why do you think I walk with a crutch? Why do you think I sit at home most of the time? Because
I don't know. I don't know you that well. I've only seen you on video a few times.
Yeah. Ceasing to fulfill Army medical standards. That's why I got discharged on medical standards, because I couldn't walk properly anymore because of the arthritis had kicked in so bad. I have problems with glands and everything else. I've been in serious health issues because of all of it. The so-called Gulf War syndrome that doesn't exist.
No, it does.
Oh yeah, it does, because I'm a living example of it. But I was non-deployed. And many of us that are non-deployed are still suffering the same as those that were deployed. It had nothing to do with anything to do with in Iraq. It's everything to do with 3 injections.
What are those?
The first was anthrax. The next one was bubonic plague. And the other one was whooping cough.
Why do they want to inject soldiers with that?
The other 6, we got 9 injections in one sitting. But these 3 are the main worst ones, because the whooping cough acts as an adjutant, a speeder. So it created a problem with the anthrax and the bubonic plague. I have also got Korean hemorrhaging fever in me for some reason or another. I wasn't going to Korea, but one of the things that came up was Korean hemorrhaging fever. I've been injected with.
Why are they injecting soldiers with this stuff?
They didn't expect us all coming back. They expected a large body count. So they used us as experimental guinea pigs. And that way they could have then experimented on the dead bodies to see the effects. It's obvious what they were doing. And it backfired because nobody fired a shot.
So
I can't prove that, sadly, because I'm not privy to the information. I am privy to the fact that the MOD tested these drugs on rats 3 months before they gave it to us, and the rats had adverse effects to it, in some cases dying. And this came out in the reports.
Let me take you back for a second, Kevin, not to go off of that, but...
No, I don't talk about that. It's my personal problem to deal with. But I'm just telling you, this SES thing, right, is a pay grade. Yes, you're going to have good ones in there, and you're going to have bad ones in there. Do you understand how difficult it is to get rid of somebody in public service who works in the public service sector? What routes you have to do to get them out of a job if they're a bad person?
Yeah.
Most of the time they promote them to get them out of that department because they're so bad they send them somewhere else and promote them. Because the ritual of getting rid of them is so horrendous. And the other fallacy here is that you cannot fire a member of the SES. Yeah? So what happened to Andrew McCabe then? He was SES, he was fired.
True.
Robin Gritz told you the truth. She is a wonderful source of information. And even when she asked about it, she's like looking at you as if to say, what are you talking about, sort of thing.
She also thinks that Flight 77 hit the Pentagon and Robert Mueller is a great guy, so I'm not sure I agree with everything she says.
Not everything, but then again, don't forget loyalty sometimes is blind, yeah?
Well, she's hanging out with George and providing him with all this ammunition to, you know, instruct me to interview her, which I've already done.
That's George saying that, is it? Or is that Robin saying that?
That's George saying that.
Right. Don't listen.
Just everything George does is a manipulation.
Got it. And
I don't trust him at all.
And it causes you to react.
No, I'm ignoring his request to do that. I've come to not trust anyone who's come to me through George Webb because it seems that they all turn out to be not who they are. So I don't know what Robin Gritz's motivation is. I don't know what Robin Gritz's plans are.
He turned up there unannounced, yeah?
Correct.
Okay, so she's put in an awkward position.
No, she didn't have to go meet with him, and I even told her that he was going to manipulate the situation, whether it was to harm her or me, and she didn't listen to me. I was kind of irritated with her over that.
Did you see the video of her having an interview with him?
She told me that. No, it's not an interview. She's talking to task force, and, you know, because she's worried that George is manipulating her, which I'm sure he is. And I just told her, talk to her over the phone. Don't give George an opportunity, because George creates this impression that he's down with Robin and Robin doesn't want to talk to me anymore. I've been talking to Robin every day, and I'm irritated that she's going and talking to George. And furthermore, where the hell did George get $2,000 from to donate to Robin Gritz's GoFundMe? When he was dealing with me, he called me crying like a baby, needing me to pay $120 for another night at a hotel in Zanesville. And he owes me over $4,000 for round-trip flights back and forth, rental cars, hotels over there for his
and don't forget the bail.
Stupid case. Well, the bail I got back from the cops, that was $3,500. But the hotels, the flights...
He put you into that situation.
He put me into every situation. So now his idiot brother is pushing this idea that he's going to trump up some case to get me charged as a terrorist over the port of Charleston. That information came from George. Okay, so now we've got Mr. Hudson, who they've revealed is Marshall Richards. I never heard that name before Dave put out that video. I don't know what Marshall Richards' motivation is. I don't know what his deal is. He never said anything to me about Maersk Memphis uranium. What he said to me after George was arrested, he called me and was like, what the hell is going on? And said, where did George get this dirty bomb thing from? He never said anything about that. So now Dave is upset that I called the FBI. And I didn't call the FBI because he's canceling my YouTube videos. I called the FBI because he and his crew of idiots, like Chavez and all these other guys, Titus Frost, they've been harassing me for 9 months. And Queen Tut posting my parents' phone number on the internet. That's real harassment.
Did you watch that video?
I told Robin to ask George where the $2,000 came from, where all this money flowing into her GoFundMe. Anytime somebody's GoFundMe goes up 15 grand in a day or two, that's a huge red flag for me. I don't know where that money's coming from, but I've spoken to a lot of people that have run GoFundMes for everything from, you know, kids with leukemia to independent news websites, and they don't get $15,000 from anonymous people in a day or two. Something's up there. I don't know what.
Exactly, Jason. You hit the nail on the head. And like I said, didn't you watch the video of Dave Acton, whatever he wants to call himself, talking about creating a cyber militia?
Well, that's all he ever talks about, and he's written documents about it and stuff. I mean, that's what he's doing right now. He's an Alinsky kind of guy who everything that he says about phone hacking and creating hoaxes at ports, that's what he's doing.
Exactly. To go back to his 2012 interview with InfoWars.
I never saw that. I just saw a picture of it.
It's very interesting because he's talking about FEMA camps and stuff like that. It's quite revealing. This guy is subversive. He's a what I would call a domestic terrorist.
Oh, absolutely. He's a cyber terrorist.
He's a domestic terrorist.
He's a cyber stalker.
He's decided to create an incident in which he can then become the hero.
Right. Right. Well, he created the port hoax. His brother delivers the news after his brother has spent weeks or months making me feel like everywhere we go, people are following us, everybody's an agent, we've got these files from Seth Rich. He brought in Trish, he brought in Chavez, he brought in Dave, he brought in Robin Gritz. Like I said, I'm at a point where anybody who came to me from George Webb, I don't trust. As a matter of fact, almost anybody calling me, I don't trust.
Well, you don't even trust me, Jason. Please.
Correct, I don't.
Good. I'm telling you what I've found. I'm telling you, as somebody who wants to see crowdsource the truth, keep its reputation, keep its name, keep it going, because you've got great people like Charles Ortel and people like that, yeah? And you're doing great work with people like Quinn. I wasn't too sure about Quinn, and then I started watching some of Quinn's stuff, and it started all fall into place. So I made a mistake about Quinn. I'm quite happy to put my hand up about it, you know.
A lot of people have made a mistake about Quinn. I like Quinn quite a lot.
But I'm man enough to say when I made a mistake, I made a mistake. But this one I'm not making a mistake on, because everything keeps pointing to the same thing over and over again, the same message. Goebbels said it best. Tell a lie, it's a lie. Say it 1,000 times, it becomes the truth.
Well, that's definitely what they're doing. But, I mean...
It gives you no evidence that she wrote this, the SES. They give you no documented proof that Christine Marcy created the SES. They give you all this other documented stuff to fluff around all around it, but they give you no hard documented evidence that Christine Marcy created the SES.
Well, that's definitely how they do it all the time. I've seen Chavez do that with stuff about Mossad. He'll have tons of evidence about Arnon Milchan, and then they'll just add, oh, and then, by the way, Jason gets money from this guy. And they have no evidence of that. But I don't even think anyone actually listens to them. All the people who are in agreement with whatever they say, I think, are either fake accounts controlled by Dave and Chavez, or...
They're echo chambers.
They're working for them, yeah.
They're all their own little echo chambers, and Titus Frost is right up there with them.
He is. He's a scumbag.
Right? But like I said, they offer you no evidence. They talk... But when you say something like, for instance, when you said about Robin Gritz said, you know, she's wrong, but doesn't give you any evidence to say why she's wrong.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean,
his sister would have been 29, 28 years of age, or 27 years of age when it was first commissioned in 1977.
Yeah.
You tell me a 27-year-old is going to be given that kind of responsibility in a government position.
Well, I mean, I can't say. I don't know. I get the feeling that David and Field are being honest with me, but I've been fooled by people before.
Ask yourself that, Jason.
I mean, can't George... See, when I look at this video from George, or whatever it is, or this video that Field has posted from George, I mean, it seems very conspicuous to me that when he's playing it, right?
He's hiding the page.
Exactly. It's just in a window, so this could easily be modified.
Hillary's rise to power.
It's a fake profile put together by using something like an
HTML editor.
Yeah, an Adobe Suite job. Yeah, put it together.
You could just download this HTML page from Wikipedia, type in Christine Marcy, open it in a window, and show this window in his video here.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not...
Fake. It's as fake as they come.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. George is faking stuff and making stuff up all the time.
But the fact of the matter is, when you pull up Wikipedia yourself, you've seen it for yourself. It doesn't say that at all.
Yes, but...
Now, why would Field propagate this propaganda?
Maybe he got tricked by George.
Propaganda. Remember when you first met me, one of the books I told you to read was this one. Remember?
I haven't had a chance to read it.
I suggest you, when you get 5 minutes to yourself, pick up a copy. Start understanding how they do things. It is classic.
So you say Field and David are lying?
Yes. They're using misinformation. They're telling you part truth. It's like Alex Jones. Alex Jones tells you some of the truth, and then he gives you disinfo as well.
How do I know that you're not doing that right now?
What have I got to gain from it?
What do they have to gain from it? I don't know who you're working for or what your purpose is.
Told you. I've given, you know, like I said, that's all I am. I'm just sitting here, I do my artwork. You know, my strange, weird stuff I draw.
Okay, all right. So, I mean, there's a bunch of possibilities here. Anybody could have edited this wiki. Look, it says right here, edit. Click edit. I'm not logged in, but someone could. And then you just edit it. Anybody can edit Wikipedia as far as I understand. I mean, how do I know that you didn't edit it?
What, and give it to George?
I don't know. Maybe it was there and somebody deleted it.
If I was going to give it to George, why would I give you the information?
Kevin, I don't know. I mean, I haven't figured all these things out. I just
I'm
know that George and Dave lie pretty constantly.
I'm a crowdsource the truth fan. Okay, I follow you. I watch you religiously. Okay, the Charles Hotel, the Quinn stuff, and other bits and pieces. I always check to see what you've got on, to see what's in there, and I watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Because it gives me a different perspective. It gives me different things to look and to research. It's one of the best research sources I've got to research for myself, to make acquired decisions, to make informed decisions. Yes?
Yeah.
I'm not being told this is who it was, this is the person, you believe me or don't. You say, well, we're here to find out the facts.
I mean, again, listen, it's going to be impossible for me to know who is telling the truth. I'm just examining the possibilities of how the thing could have gotten this way. Obviously, right. It doesn't...
If she was born in 1949, which he says, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this was written in 1977, was the start of the procedure for the thing. That would make her 27/28 years of age.
Somebody could be working for the government at that age.
But how could she be the one putting this directive in to create the SES?
Charles Ortel was doing some pretty amazing things at that age that people didn't believe.
But it wasn't working for the government bureaucracy. Do you understand how the
bureaucracy... doing billion-dollar deals.
Yeah, but that's in the private sector. In the public sector, it's called dead man's shoes. Yeah? You move up the ranks, excuse my French, you move up the ranks when somebody pops off.
Here, wait, sorry, let me interrupt. What if I just type in, it was created in 1979 by Christine Marcy. Right. How do we, I don't know how to save it. Publish changes. Then what happens? The edit was saved, it says. There, now it says it was created in 1979 by Christine Marcy. I just changed it right now. So somebody could just click edit and go in here. Well, all this proves is that Wikipedia is not worth...
It's not I was told this at university. Don't use Wikipedia as your resource search. Okay? Which is why I went into the PDFs for the Jimmy Carter.
And now it's gone. So I mean, that doesn't prove anything, Kevin. Who changed it? How do we find out who changed it?
The only person that'll answer that is George Webb.
How will he know? Could have been anybody. You could have changed it just now before this phone call. I'm not trying to be accusatory, but I just,
Jason, I saw this video just not so long ago. When I saw that, I knew this was wrong. That's why I contacted you.
I'm very confused, Kevin. I don't know what to believe. I tell you what, how do you feel about me publishing this call and let's just let the crowd think on it?
It's up to you.
I'd like to do that because I'm confused. I don't know who to believe.
I have deep researched this guy, Alan K. Campbell. I have gone into the PDFs. I will send you them all. Yeah? I will send you them all. You can make a decision from
Why would Field lie? Why would he say all this about his sister if it wasn't true?
I have no idea. But if you look about the age, she would have been 27, 28 years of age. Writing a major congressional paper to be passed by the House as a law at 27, 28 years of age. In the private sector, different matter. You go on your abilities.
I just don't know. I don't know if that's reasonable or not. But anything Wikipedia should not be trusted because I'm not logged in and I was just able to change it.
But like I said, check it out. I mean, like I said, Jason, I'm not here to cause a problem.
No, I hear you. I understand, Kevin. Listen, I can't check it out. I can put this out and let thousands of people check it out.
I will send you the PDF I found with the Jimmy Carter page.
Okay.
All right? I'll dig it out and I'll send it to you. You can have a glance through that. But I'm telling you now, the same line is keep being said. Okay? SES, Christine Marcy. There is no evidence for Christine Marcy ever doing the SES or the Civil Service Reform Act of 1978. The person that was commissioned was Alan K. Scotty Campbell. And he became the first head of the OPM because it was one of the 3 departments that became created out of it. Okay? He was the first. He was the guy that was commissioned to do it. It had to go through Congress to be passed by the House. It is a bill. It's an act. Yeah?
So I just put in Civil Service Act, Christine Marcy.
And it'll all come up Abel Danger.
No, I got something from Congress here. Nothing about Christine Marcy.
I've been Civil Service Act.
Nothing about Alan Campbell either.
I will send you the documentation I found, Jason. You can make your own mind up on it from there. You don't have to believe me or not.
Well, I mean, listen, I just don't know who to believe, Kevin. I'm not trying to accuse you of anything.
When I saw that bullshit that George Webb put up online, yeah, promoted by Abel Danger, yeah, and I listened to the David Hawkins thing where he's buttering you up to make a film with all, yeah, let's talk about making films and stuff like that. You know, it's like listening to a con man at work.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe he, why would David want to con me?
Because they want to keep the narrative. They want to be the ones to be the persons that said, look, we were the ones that showed you SES, woo, you know. It's all about image and stuff like that. It's not about finding the truth. You are about finding the truth. That's the whole important factor. Of finding facts and truth and connecting the dots. Charles and Tell keeps that week in, week out.
Let's do this. Let's keep looking. Send me the stuff you have. Let me put this out, and let's just let people think about it, and I'll get a lot of responses, I'm sure, to this.
Oh, yeah, I'll get attacked. I know I'll get attacked. But I'm willing to take that, Jason.
But people don't know your name, do they?
Save the reputation of crowdsource the truth. Because if I am wrong, I am wrong. I want to see hard, physical evidence, documentation that has her name written on it, saying that she created the Civil Service Act of 1978. I want to see that. If I see that, I will be the first person to say I was wrong, shut up and disappear into the woodwork.
I don't want to make it an adversarial thing. I think let's just, you know, you've raised some interesting points, and this is crowdsourcing the truth. We'll put it out and we'll let as many people think about it and come back with as much info as possible, and we'll find out, right?
It's the only way, Jason.
All right.
Because, like I said, it's either the truth or it's not the truth.
Right.
What I cannot find is this woman's name anywhere. We can have the BS story that, oh, she's so clever, she just destroyed all the evidence of her.
The question is who put it in there in the first place? Obviously, anyone could have done that. Was it George? Was it Field? Was it someone else?
It would have been George because it's his video.
Well, we can't jump to that conclusion. Could have been anybody who then anonymously sends it to George.
Who made the video?
I do have no problem believing that George could lie and present false evidence. He does that all the time. Him, DeFango, his brother, they're all doing that, making up crap and pushing it out. Let's just put this out and see what people say, and let's talk, you know, send me the stuff you've got, and whenever you want to talk again, we'll talk again.
I will send it to you now. I'll make myself a cup of coffee and then I'll send it to you.
Right.
But it's just all important that we keep the crowdsourced truth about the truth, and that's the most important thing.
That's all I'm trying to
do. It's what people like me came to you for, the truth. You were one of the few outlets that was doing it. I told you ages ago I believe that Alex Jones has been compromised. I believe that, and I really do. From the time when his family court thing, I think that's when they got to him then.
I don't know about that. I mean, again, what I know is Wikipedia can be edited quite easily, and I agree. There's a very odd lack of information on Christine Marcy, but we've seen that with a lot of people. You know, before Imran Awan got arrested, there was hardly anything about him on the internet. I think these guys go to great lengths to keep stuff off of the internet, and we see how Chavez, Titus Frost, Dave Acton load up the internet with crap information so that you can find what they want you to find.
Jason, at 27, 28 years of age, writing a major piece of regulatory law.
Oh, no, I hear you.
I'm sorry.
Let's just put it out and let people come back with their answers. All right, Kev?
Yeah. But like I said, they want hard evidence, not fake Wikipedia rubbish, which was what George put up.
Yeah.
Because everything I've researched just came up with the same name, Alan K. Campbell.
Okay. All right.
He was the person.
I hear you. Let me put this out. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Kevin.
No problems.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day.